Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. As we get older, we may worry about becoming irrelevant. The message society gives, if only implicitly, is step aside, Sam, make way for the next generation. But if you're not ready to go gentle into the good night, maybe one or more of the following might help you stay relevant, maybe even more relevant than you've ever been. First, use your age as a plus. By definition, if you're older, you have more experience to draw on. Just be sure that you don't invoke your old ways when a newer approach might be better. For example, in a meeting, you might say, I recall a similar situation. We did X, which worked well. But if someone proposes something else, stay open to the possibility that your idea has been superseded. If you say something like, good point, even though the newer idea was adopted, you'll be seen not as the stereotypes stuck in their ways, but remaining relevant. Another plus of being older is that you've likely replaced youth's hot-headedness with perspective. For example, many young people are cocksure they're right about lots of things. Age and experience tend to teach us that there's often at least one other side. In our youth, we tend to ascribe exaggerated importance to a given decision. Well, with age, we recognize that rarely is a decision that important, if only because factors beyond our control may affect things. The result is that many older people can be a voice of calm perspective and thus remain relevant. Another way to remain relevant is to be a mentor, find a mentor. As we age, it becomes more important that we pass on what we know to the next generation, both for their benefit and to our remaining relevant. Possible sources of protégés: a new employee at work, a family member, a neighbor, a struggling member of your church or temple. Key to being a good member is to balance careful listening and asking questions, so your protégé might generate their own solutions, and only occasionally, with their permission, tactfully offering a suggestion. If your protégé is at all worthy, he or she will consider you relevant indeed. Just because we're older doesn't mean we don't need a mentor. Many of us have gone through life hoping someone was to take us under wing. Alas, often that never occurs. Might you value a mentor on some aspect of your professional life or your personal life? If so, consider taking a baby step, such as asking a question of a person you respect and like. If the person responds well, express appreciation. Maybe ask another question, and/or whether you might be of help to that person. That all can jumpstart a mentorship. A final way to remain relevant is to donate. Too often, if you donate money, you're viewed as just some field in a donor database. You may be and feel more relevant if you volunteer your time for an organization you believe in. A few examples: use your best skills. For example, I recall a fix-it-build-it type guy who almost single-handedly renovated a rickety old community theater's bathrooms. He was much appreciated, fully relevant. Or join a nonprofit's board of directors. Large organizations' boards are hard to break into, and they typically expect large cash donations from board members. But smaller nonprofits might welcome you, especially if someone on its board recommends you. And a final way to donate is to help a neighbor. We're talking about donating your time rather than money. Babysit, prune their overgrown shrubs, do grocery shopping for a homebound person, or even somebody who simply would find it a little more difficult to get out, or just is busy, or simply take the time to chat. I get pleasure from leaving books, CDs, roses or oranges from my garden, and the rose seedlings that I've hybridized that are not quite good enough for commercial introduction. I leave them in front of my house for neighbors to take. It's fun seeing what goes quickly and what sits. And finally, you might want to perform. Now that COVID restrictions are finally lifting, performing venues should reopen. Whatever your age, do you have an itch, maybe a long-standing itch, to sing, or to do a comedy routine at an open mic night, or to try your hand at acting at community theater productions, or go beyond the obvious? For example, be a juggling busker in some downtown area. Youth has always been prized, but sometimes older can be at least as good. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.